Hi, this is Dr. Koteshwar Rao, Director Mybo Group and Associate Professor, Vishwanatha Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Visakhapatnam, India. Today we have a famous personality with us, Dr. Chow, who is a professor at College of Pharmacy, Western University of Health Sciences, Pomona, California State, United States of America. He is having over 30 years of vast experience in transitional research and clinical trials in the areas of cardiovascular pharmacotherapy and application of pharmacokinetics and pharmacogenomics. He is having a strong network with Asian countries, especially China, where he worked as director for pharmacy school in Hong Kong for about 8 years. He dedicated his research towards the development of niche pharmaceutical products with new therapeutic approaches. Now, let us have an interaction with Dr. Chow. Hi, Dr. Chow.
Hi, Dr. Rao.
Welcome to today's interaction.
Thank you very much. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you. So, first of all, let me know what are your major responsibilities at Western University of Health Sciences?
My present responsibility, like many other academics, is primarily in teaching and research at the Western University of Health Sciences.
Okay. So, you are dealing with which subject here?
Yes, my teaching is primarily in the pharmacokinetics, which is my background, and
Okay.
in the drug development. And my research at the present time deals with treatment of resistant cancer
Okay.
using combination of herbs such as Chinese medicine and existing anti-cancer drugs.
Oh.
In addition, also involved in developing some special sublingual formulations.
Okay. So, let us have a couple of questions for today's interaction. Shall we go ahead?
Sure.
Yeah. And how is the career for pharmacy, particularly PharmD graduates in United States of America?
In United States of America at the present time, great majority of the graduates, whether it's Western University here or at other pharmacy schools in the United States, they will go to practice primarily about 60% or higher in a community pharmacy as a pharmacist. Then some will be practice in the hospital setting as a hospital pharmacist. Some will be going to the drug company, and some will end up in research, and some will be going to academia. However, these are the relatively small numbers, so great majority will be in prepare them to go to practice.
Okay. So, I think you are aware that India has started PharmD course. And how do you feel about starting PharmD course in India?
I think it's time, and I'm very glad to see that at this moment, as I understand, there are over 280 pharmacy schools offering PharmD degree.
Yeah.
I personally think that it is very important for the pharmacist to learn about clinical pharmacy and to practice gradually, step by step, and as much as possible involved in clinical pharmacy and involved in improving the healthcare of the population they are serving.
Okay. Do you find any major differences between the syllabi of PharmD comparing with India and USA?
I think there are some differences, but that difference is not just between USA and India. Even among USA, there are some differences.
Okay.
Of course, there are differences between USA and Asia. There are a wide variety of PharmD programs in Asia. So in terms among the Indian pharmacy schools,
Okay.
one would expect the variation, the curricula, the level of clinical pharmacy vary somewhat.
Fine.
But I think with time and with proper accreditation, which is a very important step for all pharmacy education programs, this would gradually make it as close to each other as possible.
So based on the requirements of India, the syllabus may be framed like that and it may be advanced in future.
That's right.
So that's what you
exactly.
are saying.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. as a senior professor in PharmD course, will you give any precautions or steps for those who are conducting PharmD course in India? I mean, the steps to be taken to make it a successful course, to meet the standards for what it was initiated.
This is, of course, a very important mission of every pharmacy school and every pharmacy faculty member
Okay.
to teach the best possible way for the students so that they will be successful in their practice when they graduate. And
Okay.
there will be several aspects. We need to have a good role model for the students
Okay.
and also use innovative teaching techniques for the students so they could learn properly and not only just to memorize
Okay.
but to think, able to solve problems, especially problems related to healthcare.
Okay. So I think PharmD course is not much depending on the theory only. It is also giving importance to practice also. So,
Absolutely,
So
yes.
practice means, what do you mean? Is it like laboratory practice or clinical practice related to patients and they want to visit the hospitals? The curriculum is consisting of. So more weightage should be given to.
I think more weight should be given to how does the drug therapy improve
Okay.
a patient's health care.
Okay.
I think that's a key issue.
Mm.
And by learning about the drugs, their pharmacology, their clinical use of drugs in specific patient population, the pharmacist could help to improve the health care of the patient.
So we can say like a PharmD graduates will be helping the doctors to benefit the patient for improving their health.
Absolutely, as a collaborator
Okay.
and as well to improve patient care.
Okay, so it is for the supporting, for better treatment of the patients.
Absolutely.
So what do you think that is the scope for PharmD graduates in India is good, or what is your opinion on that? What is the scope for a pharmacy graduate in India?
Unfortunately, I don't have too much interaction with the graduates in India, so it's not fair for me to
Comment on that.
comment on this.
Okay.
But I have very good impression about the Indian pharmacy students. They are
Okay.
very enthusiastic, and I'm very impressed
Okay.
with their enthusiasm to learn.
Oh. So what may be the avenues for a PharmD graduate? I mean, right now this is a new course, right? So what may be the openings we can expect in India? In which areas, like a hospital or industry, where they can serve better?
Now, looking back at the history, how
Okay.
the clinical pharmacy was started and evolved over the years.
Okay.
The great majority of clinical pharmacy practice started first in the hospital setting
Okay.
and by monitoring patients, because the patients are normally receiving multiple drugs. They are sicker. That's why they are in the hospital. Therefore, any improvement in drug therapy will be most welcomed by the physicians as well. With time, however, great majority of a patient population will be in the community. So the community pharmacy become very important. So the good programs like medication therapy monitoring and those kind of specific disease monitoring, that will be started gradually, step by step, and now a number of these programs are available in community pharmacy, and also their services will be paid.
Okay. So you are traveling different countries across the world, and you have seen so many institutes or universities in different countries. So do you observe there is any differences or outputs for the quality standards? That means, are you observing any improvement or advancement in the standards day by day?
It's difficult to assess the difference in the standards of different country PharmD, but however, different country in terms of education and practice could be quite different.
Okay.
Let me cite one example. For example, Thailand, all pharmacy graduates will receive a PharmD degree. So PharmD degree is required for all Thailand pharmacy school.
Okay.
But in China, there's no PharmD degree. However, the Ministry of Health in China in 2011 made the decision that in tertiary hospitals in China, there shall be at least 3 or more clinical pharmacists.
Oh,
So clinical pharmacist becomes a recognized profession
okay.
as somewhat separate from the regular practicing pharmacist
Okay.
by the Ministry of Health, which is the highest authority
Okay.
for healthcare
Oh.
in China. And that's very different than any other country
Okay.
with the official recognition like that.
Yeah. That is really a high level recognition from the government itself.
Yes.
Yeah. You have obtained your PharmD from University of California, San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in about the 1970s, it's a way back.
I'm one of the early graduates, shall
Oh,
I say.
fine.
Yes.
And you are also fellow of American College of Clinical Pharmacy and American College of Pharmacology also, right?
Yes.
So with that vast experience, I mean, with so many credentials like that, do you observe there is a change in those days studies and the present studies? Is there really an advancement in the PharmD course?
Oh, I think that in United States especially, because we have a very good accreditation system
Yeah.
and accreditation for all pharmacy schools.
Right.
Therefore, the standard of education is quite well among different pharmacy schools.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Because of the accreditation system.
Okay.
And in more recent years, it's become more stringent, and therefore the standards has been really improving the curriculum and pharmacy graduates.
Okay. And you have a vast experience in academics as well as research and pharmacy practice, clinical practice. I am shocked by seeing your credentials and all those things. So with such a vast knowledge, will you please share any of the memories in your journey with pharmacy?
I being an early pharmacy graduate and looking at how pharmacy or clinical pharmacy evolved over all these years,
Okay.
I really think that the clinical pharmacy, the genesis or the beginning of clinical pharmacy when it was started and then very rapidly
Okay.
accepted by a great majority of the pharmacy schools,
Okay.
and to the present time, which is required as a PharmD degree for all pharmacy schools.
Mm.
This evolution and recognition of the importance of clinical courses in the curriculum, pharmacy curriculum, is a very, very important step. And this step, I believe, is so crucial.
Okay.
And that's why I'm very glad that India is implementing PharmD degree for so many pharmacy schools now.
Okay.
So it's sort of following the good example that
Okay.
the experience in USA and Canada, which are also required for
Okay.
PharmD degree, to follow that and to improve the clinical knowledge of the graduates.
Fine.
And this part, I believe, is going to be very, very important,
Okay.
because I personally believe in the future, probably would not be too far, that with the advancement of the technology
Okay.
and artificial intelligence,
Oh.
the time-honored the dispensing function of the pharmacist, which at the present time still compose great majority of the responsibility,
Okay.
that particular function could be easily replaced
Oh.
by mechanical devices, artificial intelligence. Just like many the professions that was there, and suddenly with the new technology, that's no longer needed, because the new technology is more efficient and less costly.
Okay.
I believe pharmacy dispensing function of the pharmacist could be easily replaced
Oh.
in the very near future.
Okay.
But the machine cannot
Predict.
replace
Okay.
the knowledge that's needed to improve healthcare.
Fine.
So the clinical pharmacy education can provide the knowledge to the pharmacy graduates.
Okay.
And therefore, if the students learn well and be a leader and take active part in innovative pharmacy practice,
Okay.
he or she can do a great deal of benefit for patient care
Okay.
and for pharmacy profession as well.
Fine. And I have my personal query here.
Yes.
The USA is a far better than any other pharmacy schools in other countries, I suppose. So in such a situation, the universities here, will you support like a internship for a Indian Pharm.D student for some period like here, if they are interested to come and observe the practices what you are following in your university or somewhere other? Is there any chance of getting a permission from universities like this?
I think there are a number of pharmacy schools in United States have a continuous interaction
Okay.
with Asian countries.
Okay.
And a proper procedure usually would allow this interaction to take place.
Okay.
Like signing some kind of agreement between the two institutions.
Like an exchange program
Exactly,
or some
exactly.
internship.
I will encourage that.
So
to
if
be-
Indian schools can approach in a official manner and through protocol means there is a chance of getting internship here,
Yes.
because that will enhance or increase the knowledge of the pharmacy students in India also,
Yes.
because you are doing far better.
I think so. That would be we need learn from each other.
Yeah, it's a
and
training
exchange.
program like
Yes.
that, because experts from like you can help our students for
You know, both ways.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And finally, I request you to suggest the students how they can make their career better with Pharm.D. So I ask you to please address the students who are watching this video.
Well, there isn't a specific prescribed roadmap for Pharm.D. This is a very exciting area actually. A student has to be motivated and learn the practice of pharmacy well, especially clinical pharmacy, and then explore areas where he or she can best improve the healthcare. I think this is very much in need, and in the exploration of new programs or innovative programs for healthcare, we can utilize research methodology to document and validate that indeed the activities could really improve patient care. That's very essential for the future.
Thank you, Dr. Chow.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
L.
Thank you for spending your valuable time in addressing our students. So it will be a great, what I can say, thing for the students to have your interview.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, hi friends. So up to now we had a nice interaction with Dr. Chow, who is a professor at College of Pharmacy, Western University of Health Sciences, Pomona, California State, United States of America. He is a professor in pharmacy practice at this college, and his credentials include he is having a research area of interest in particularly transitional research, clinical trials, pharmacokinetics, pharmacogenomics, biopharmaceutics, and even he is working with herbal medicines, conventional drugs, and he has a lot of experience in so many areas. And I think it's a very glad time to have his interaction. Thank you one and all. Keep watching for another interview. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Chow.
Thank you very much.